map mesh up with the timeline that you've been putting together?
Yeah, I'd say it's very close. I'd say if you have any closer details to kind of hone in, 145 could be very vague. Maybe it's closer to, 150. Let us know if you have anything concrete, because right now concrete's what we can go off.
They're talking.
Does that frustrate you that it's close?
I do, but right now we're still trusting authorities that, it's not going to be 20 minutes here or 15 minutes here that's breaking this. But yeah, I implore everyone, if they know something different, bring it to the police, because if they want to tighten up that timeline, we stand with that.
It seems like there's just a very big gap when it comes to Ethan and Xana. Do you know where they might have been?
I don't, unfortunately. I know nothing about them.
We have no idea where they were, but we do have a pretty tight timeline on Kaylee and Maddie, and it is close to what they are posting, but
So that's really
huge. I mean, it could be, it could not be, but 145, 159. So there is, and we have corroborated with my phone records, Kaylee's phone records, the driver that was driving them around.
Yeah, so you have pulled video seeing the Uber driver dropping them off. You've checked your phone records. You know timestamps, what time they got home.
Yeah.
It's not exactly what the police are saying, right?
Right.
It's not 145.
Kaylee and Maddie were picked up from their home at 1122 King around 10:15. It's about a 5-minute drive down. So they arrived to Corner Club around 10:20, which is different than what was released at 10. We know that Kaylee called for an Uber.
Where we have gotten that information, and we have concrete backing. She put it together.
It could be conflicting stories. We just don't know. This is the information that I stand behind.
I think that when they say 145, I think they're kind of referring to the whole group arriving approximately 145. I need to go to a Pi-Fi party, and she just bought a brand new Range Rover, and she contemplated all day long back and forth whether she should go home, and because she just really wanted to show it to Maddie, and some other friends and whatnot. And she's just like, Mom, I'm gonna go to the Pi-Fi party, and Maddie's got to see this my new ride. And I'm like, for sure. Like, I mean, it was nice. It was really nice. She just bought it that day, all her own. And I talked to the girls on, she had a fun time on Friday night, both of the girls, and then both of the girls texted me on Saturday.
So you were talking to them Saturday afternoon?
Yes, Saturday afternoon. They sent me pictures of themselves, and Kaylee called me around 2:30ish on Saturday afternoon. And then I was texting Kaylee just randomly on Sunday. And right about those, when I look back at my times that I was texting Kaylee, the police were swarming. Yeah, just random talking. Yeah, just, hey, what's going on? What did you guys do last night? We talked a lot. And she was supposed to be home on Tuesday. She said she'd be home on Tuesday.
We were talking a little bit earlier, but
physical evidence back here. Martha, this was a very gruesome murder scene, according to the medical examiner. According to the medical examiner, there was actually blood on the walls. And I can tell we're looking at...
This was on Twitter in the beginning of the case. Allegedly, it's a speculation, Dylan Mortensen apparently wrote this on Twitter. She said, well, first of all, we heard Xana and Ethan come home first, and we talked to them, I guess. They were both drunk, and that's when we went to bed. We live on the 3rd floor and always lock our doors to prevent people from stumbling in our rooms. We're used to noise because it's a party house. We were up late that night and didn't come downstairs until noon when the cops came to investigate. Trigger warning. We came downstairs and we saw the bodies bound and gagged and blood everywhere. So much blood. We didn't make the phone call. We don't know who did. And you can see Dylan Mortensen's picture there. It's from Twitter. I've always promised to bring everything in this case from the beginning. When it's speculation, I always say that, and this one I would say is a speculation because we don't really know if it's Dylan Mortensen, one of the surviving roommates, who was not a witness at the beginning but became a witness later on in the affidavit. Apparently she's a man with a mask and bushy eyebrows and black clothing.
Still so many questions, Sarah.
Yes, a lot of questions. Xana Kernodle was raised in Idaho, but she spent time here in the Valley since her dad moved to Avondale a few years ago. He describes her as fun, smart, and strong-willed, and says it's impossible to imagine she was killed in the worst homicide police say they've ever seen in this small Idaho city.
She didn't really worry about the drama stuff that much.
Yeah.
She wasn't into that. She just liked having fun, wasn't worried about materialistic things. She was with her friends all the time.
Avondale father Jeffrey Kernodle, who was too distraught to be on camera, remembering the life of his daughter Xana, one of the victims of the brutal stabbing at the University of Idaho, leaving 4 college roommates dead on Sunday.
I heard from her, I think before we went out, I think midnight. It was the last time I heard from her, and she was fine.
The murders happened